Hello, and welcome to Studio 415. On today's show, you'll get to hear from the current superintendent who is filling in while Chris Himsel is on leave. You'll hear about national attempts to ban books from classrooms and hear if that could happen here. And you'll see what kinds of internship opportunities students are taking advantage of. All of that and more coming up next.
What's going to happen for my replacement or Dr. Himsel's replacement?
Book banning has always been a problem. It's been with us since the invention of books.
I became a student helper because my neighbor is Miss Watkins.
Welcome to Studio 415. I'm Lennon Ormiston. Since as far back as 2009, Superintendent Chris Himsel has managed NACS and worked with the school board, but he recently has stepped down for undisclosed reasons. Fortunately, an old face is returning to the helm. Studio 415 reporter Evan Schatz joins us here with this report.
Thanks, Lennon. I had the opportunity to meet with the new superintendent and hear what his focus will be and how he wants to help NACS between now and July, when his role will end. Inside the headquarters of the Northwest Allen County Schools District houses the office of the superintendent, but not Chris Himsel, who has run the district for the last 13 years, but rather temporary NACS superintendent Steve Yeager, formerly representing the district as far back as the 1990s. In his previous time as superintendent, much like now, the focus is to accommodate for students and to arrange where some kids should go and attain their education, which since then has been overseen by Himsel up until today. After making his return from the role after 13 years, Yeager reflects on the reactions from constituents across the district.
It's been rewarding. Students have that I don't know have, and for some reason know me, have reached out and talked to me and welcomed me back and wishing me the best. Despite the warm welcomes and encouragement, they do not discount the fact that work must be done to keep the district running. Some issues still stand in the way with NACS, such as COVID and masking. But with the help of the previous superintendent, this problem is working itself out. With masks having been eliminated in January and contact tracing being taken out shortly after, Yeager and the school board are working to get students in the classroom and learning for the future. But with every new challenge comes a new one. Like Himsel, CHS Principal Brandon Bitting is also stepping down from his position. Bitting has taken up a new role within NACS, leaving the district trying to find a suitable replacement to keep a balanced environment here at Carroll. Whether a replacement for Himsel is needed remains unknown. However, all these challenges require the use of the constituents and allowing their voices to be heard and interpreted, not just on issues like COVID, but on other concerns like books and curriculum. Yeager believes that lending an ear to concerns can help deal with the issues. We just need to listen and make sure that they understand that I'll acknowledge their concerns. Not always can I do anything about it, but at least I can carry it forth if it needs to go somewhere else in another direction, or give them a response that they'll understand. With Yeager's willingness to listen, he's hoping to keep NACS on top. Currently, the district is top 10 in the state of Indiana, representing how parents get their money's worth and getting their children a good education. Yeager says that one of the factors that makes this district a positive place is the staff and their impacts on students. This is not an easy job. Our teachers work really, really hard. Our classified staff, our secretaries, the custodial staff, the bus drivers, the cooks, hot lunch people, they really work hard, and they love students. They love girls and boys, every one of those groups. Even the ones they forgot to mention, they love girls and boys. That's why they're here. With Himsel's departure having gone into effect temporarily, expect to see Yeager fill in his role until at least the middle of the summer this year, or until Himsel returns from his break. But for the time being, Yeager has some work to do once again. For Studio 415, I'm Evan Schatz.
As mask mandates are lifted across schools in the country, a new debate has entered into the education system. Studio 415 reporter Stella Brewer-Vartanian examines the movement to remove controversial books from libraries and class curriculums.
The presence of books dealing with subject matters like racism, sexuality, and gender are naturally being discussed and debated in school board meetings. In my story, I examined which books are facing review and what that might mean for the future of education. According to the American Library Association, attempts to ban books from school libraries are up 67% from September 2020. This rise has been attributed to opposition efforts becoming more organized, with the formation of conservative groups such as No Left Turn in Education and Moms for Liberty. Some of the books that have faced scrutiny from pro-ban activists include Mouse by Art Spiegelman, The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas, Fences by August Wilson, and The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. Critics have noted that the majority of books being targeted are disproportionately written by Black and/or LGBTQ authors, and they tend to deal with issues surrounding race, sexuality, and gender. I had an opportunity to speak with Purdue-Fort Wayne Associate Librarian Shannon Johnson about what the book banning represents in the context of our current political and social climate.
Whenever a society moves forward in a big progressive jump, there is this reaction that certain segments have, and I think that happened, and we're experiencing that sort of backlash. And for folks that feel like their ways of life are under attack, whether they are or not, trying to control what their children see becomes even more important.
The debate has even come to Carroll during a school board meeting on the 14th. Some parents demanded the removal of Speak by Laurie Halse Anderson and I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings by Maya Angelou from Carroll curriculum due to the two novels' depictions of sexual assault and racism. Education in America has seen an increase in politicization, with debate over mask mandates and pandemic restrictions at school board meetings becoming heated. After parent protests over critical race theory, an academic perspective examining the relationship between law and race, which is generally not taught in K-12 schools, the Indiana State Senate introduced Senate Bill 167, a bill that would limit how instructors could teach about racism, sexuality, and gender in school classrooms. However, the bill was struck down after its creator, Republican Senator Scott Baldwin, made a controversial comment suggesting that teachers should remain impartial when teaching about Nazism. However, a twin bill, House Bill 1134, has passed the House with a vote of 60 to 37 and will move to the state Senate for vote. With the debate over the two books' presence in Carroll's curriculum still ongoing, House Bill 1134 is currently being watered down in the Senate. With Studio 415, I'm Stella Brewer-Vartanian.
Today's Commons questions are suggested by Carroll students through a school-wide Google form sent out 2 weeks ago. Allie Butts and Patrick Wargo are asking if you prefer Kanye or Pete Davidson.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Commons Questions. I'm your host, Patrick Wargo. At first, I want to thank you all for all 200 or more responses that you've made for our Google form. It helps us out a lot. You're way funnier and more creative than both of us combined. Anyway, yeah, both of us. Let's go into the comments. What colors are in the Olympics logo?
Am I supposed to know that? Isn't it like red, green,
No.
and something?
Red, green.
I'm just gonna guess red, white, and blue, because I don't know.
That is wrong. America-centric viewpoint. You got like 3 more.
Blue and yellow?
Yes.
I did not expect to get this close. Enough.
Enough. Thank you. You're one away. Any color.
Purple.
Wrong. God, this question was submitted so many times. I just feel like I have to do it. What is Obama's last name?
Brock. No, it is Obama.
Oh my gosh.
Obama. Oh, you actually got it wrong. Oh my God. I'm just gonna start gaslighting people.
That's his last name is Obama.
Are you sure?
It's Barack Obama.
Isn't Obama's his last name?
Perhaps.
Obama.
Obama, are you sure?
Yeah.
100%.
100%.
100%? Yeah, I want to do a short introduction to this topic. I want to be like, Carroll High School is divided in two, split right down the aisle. On one side, we have Kanye West fans. On the other side, we have Pete Davidson fans. Today, we find out where Carroll lies.
That was stupid.
I think that's, you'd be like, oh.
That was so stupid.
Kanye.
Why?
Because Pete is mid.
Pete is mid.
Pete Davidson.
Pete Davidson.
Kanye.
Kanye, oh, split down the middle. Oh, we'll see how that works out.
Ooh. I'm only saying Kanye because I like the stuff he
posts about it.
You like his post?
Pete Davidson.
Pete Davidson.
Pete Davidson.
Kanye. I mean, there's definitely something wrong with him. Don't get me wrong. But Team Kanye, bro, like, come on.
Pete Davidson. Definitely Kanye.
Kanye or Pete Davidson?
That's a great question. I don't know the answer.
Don't know the answer.
No.
Do you want to just pick a side?
No, not without some background information. So
All right.
a little, probably post my era.
The safe move. All right, thank you. All right, this has been Commons Questions. I'm your host, Patrick Wargo. Make sure you guys keep submitting your questions down below in the Google form. And back to you guys in the studio.
Whether it be the dress code, assigning homework, or even having to take assessments, many teachers and students have contrasting views on a multitude of topics involving school. I had the opportunity to speak with the teachers and students and listen to their beliefs on some of these issues. Like other schools in the surrounding area, Carroll High School has conflicting student and teacher opinions on common school policies. One of the many rules that often causes disagreement between some teachers and students is the dress code policy. While some disagree with many aspects of the dress code here at Carroll, others feel that it's essential in order to have a proper learning environment. Math teacher Janice Tobias is a strong supporter of the dress code policy and ultimately believes it brings many benefits to Carroll.
I wish more teachers took the time to enforce it because to me it's not fair that some teachers enforce it, some teachers don't. And I think that the policy is there for a good reason because I think that it does help the learning environment.
In contrast to Tobias' opinion, CHS senior Grace Holly believes that the dress code policy is problematic and is put above students' learning experience and their ability to be successful in school. Holly also affirms that there aren't any positives or benefits to the dress code, and that the policy overall needs reform.
Different body types will fit different clothes differently. So if I were to buy a skirt and some other girl with longer legs bought the same skirt, it would fit us completely differently, and they aren't like implementing those rules that way.
Homework, quizzes, tests, and finals are all items that many students and teachers have their beliefs upon. Some students believe that although they help students learn and retain information, they may also cause stress and anxiety. CHS junior Melanie Miller believes that although homework and tests can be helpful, there are still negative aspects to them.
You can study for tests and quizzes, like in math class. That's really your only way to practice. Some negative aspects are the teachers put so much pressure on homework that it just causes students to have more anxiety about getting it done on time.
In contrast to some of Miller's beliefs, social studies teacher Carter Ringel feels strongly about the advantages that schoolwork brings to the students' learning experiences. In an email from Ringel over the importance of homework, he explains that homework can be beneficial to students for myriad reasons, especially as practice in reinforcing content learned during class and as practice, at least in the case of history, for analyzing sources, writing, doing research, and the like. When asked about quizzes, tests, and finals, Ringel asserts that all are necessary to show the student's understanding of key concepts. Overall, Ringel believes that whether it be homework, assessments, or school in general, they are all used for the benefit of students and their education, in which he states school, including homework and quizzes/tests, are ultimately meant to be beneficial for students, as they help to hold them accountable for their learning before entering adulthood. Although students and teachers tend to disagree on a variety of issues, it can bring light to what others think and what you can learn from others. For Studio 415, I'm Lennon Ormiston. The Career Exploration Internship course is an opportunity for seniors at CHS to learn outside of the classroom. Studio 415 reporter Quentin Gilbert has more with the story.
Thanks, Lennon. I had the chance to learn more about the internship program and the opportunity it provides for students here at Carroll High School.
After 3 years of a normal high school schedule, many students want to explore something unique their final year at Carroll. The internship program is a popular experience among seniors. Students must submit an application that is reviewed by internship supervisors. If accepted, students get the opportunity to go to school half of the day and spend the rest of the day at their internships. Internships are chosen by the students with the help of their supervisors and range from the health field to elementary education. This program allows seniors to get an idea of what they want to do after high school. At their internship site, students work in real-life scenario under professionals. Along with increased freedom in earning high school credits, the biggest advantage to the program is the student's ability to find out if they want to pursue a career in the field of their internship. If they enjoy the job experience, students can be more confident going into college or the workforce. If they decide the career is not for them, seniors have the flexibility to make a different plan for after high school, saving time and money that would have been invested into that career. Senior Maddie Bloom says that she was excited to have an internship her final year at CHS.
I've been looking forward to it for the whole time I've been in high school, and so I think it's just a really good opportunity for seniors, and it's so much fun and a great way to end your time at Carroll.
Many students are interested in the health industry, and Carroll High School's Health Science Internship specializes in this area. Hospitals such as Parkview hold 5-week-long internships throughout the school year. During this time, students get to work with doctors and nurses to see what a typical day looks like in a hospital. This internship is often more selective and involves an application and interview process depending on the hospital. Carroll High School teacher Steve Lewihisen enjoys seeing students discover a career that they are passionate about.
My favorite part of helping them is to see that light bulb go off in their head when they realize, oh, this is something I'm interested in, this is something I can do, and I can study postgraduate maybe in college, or I can even just jump straight into the workforce.
Along with internships, students can choose to participate in the ICE program, or cooperative education. Similar to the internship program, students go to school half the day and work a job for the remainder of the day. This program earns seniors high school credits while getting paid and gaining work experience. ICE students also take a class during the school day at CHS. The ICE program allows students to get a head start in the workforce.
Whether it be an internship or going to work after school, students at Carroll have multiple different options to explore after high school. For Studio 415, I'm Quentin Gilbert.
One of the many unseen roles inside of Carroll is performed by student helpers. From running passes to assisting the guidance counselors, they help Carroll function from behind the scenes. Studio 415 reporter Jana Berry brings you the story.
Student helpers. What do they do, why do they do it, and what makes them so special? From your time here at Carroll, you may have seen students filtering in and out of guidance, either doing work in the office or delivering passes to other students or teachers. Guidance Secretary Kim Watkins says that despite their simple jobs, they're incredibly helpful.
So our student helpers in guidance, we have a little folder, and when they come in during the day, in their period, they check it. There's a slot, it says period 1, period 2. They check their little pocket, and in the pocket is passes to run for the guidance counselors.
On top of running passes around Carroll's grounds, these helpers also balance many AP classes and take time out of their own study halls to make sure they complete their jobs for the day. Senior Jackson Millian expresses the positive attributes about being a student helper.
So I have 2 study halls. I'm in 3 AP classes, so being in study hall gets a little boring sometimes if I don't have much homework. So just being a student helper gets me get out of the regular study hall, so I just move around a little bit.
Along with always keeping a positive outlook on their jobs and working closely beside our secretaries and administrators, these helpers are the hidden heroes within Carroll. If next semester you're interested in helping in student services or guidance, you can sign up during registration or during school. Usually there are 2 helpers per period, 2 for student services and 2 for guidance. But you must have a study hall and a C or higher in all of your classes to become one.
I love it. I love working with the student helpers. They run passes for us. They help us alphabetize. They do all kinds of little jobs for us. Things that, like, we're so busy that little things that they can do to help us, it's great.
If you see a student helper or Miss Watkins in the hallways or in the office, make sure to thank them for keeping Carroll running so smoothly. For Studio 415, I'm Jana Berry.
That's all we have today. Thanks for watching. If you have a story idea, please let us know. For all of us here at Studio 415, have a great day, Carroll.
Sunny days and friendly smiles, walk the halls with me.